The She-Hulk milestones just got extended, and now the event length is fair for all players, even if you're Zone 4, but does this change anything for you? What are the best Dark Dimension choices now? Have my top picks changed? Well, we're reviewing my current up-to-date picks, and how do the devs really feel about this unfarmable character backlog and the month-long events? Taking a look at some of the recent comments, and it is Monday, so time to dig into the mailbag and answer your questions because it is Valley Club time. Yeah, so find that like button, and let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you've had a great weekend. I hope you're having a great day. And if this is your first time here on the ValleyFlyin channel, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. We have at least 5 videos per week on this channel. And if you've already subscribed, welcome back. Today, it is Monday, so we're answering your questions from the mailbag. We do this every single week, so if you want one of your questions potentially featured on one of these Monday mailbag videos, make sure you go to Discord, leave your question there. The link for Discord is down below, but we got some other things to talk about. We're talking about these milestones that just got extended. We also have the devs' comments on this unfarmable character backlog that we have right now, and these month-long events, which some people enjoy, some people don't. But how the devs feel, we're gonna talk about that in just a little bit. But as we started to record, we got some good news about this unfair She-Hulk milestones, and the good news is that it's fair for all players right now. Let's go take a look at the messaging that was just sent out. The web milestone Fighting Force and the main milestone Power of Attorney have been extended by a day. They will both end on September 14th at 2 p.m. Pacific. This is to avoid them ending during war, as alliances in Zone 4 were not able to participate in full wars and other zones at additional times. Now, the thing is, with this war, it looks like the war may be starting around the time that the update goes live tomorrow. If the update is on schedule, I think it was supposed to drop tomorrow. We will see when it actually drops, but I think this will also avoid any possible downtime because of the update dropping. We've also extended associated offers for the event another day, so players that still need some briefcases, they can still get them. If you're spending money on these events, if you still need anything that is worth buying those briefcases for, and if you do buy anything in this game, make sure you use Amazon coins to get up to 20% off your orders. It does support the channel, but main thing, get that 20% off if you're available in your region, up to 20%. All right, enjoy using the new She-Hulk costume on the Gamma team. Now, there are 2 costumes. You're not gonna be able to unlock them both in this update. Let's go take a look at what we have here. So this was extended here. So the Public Defender milestone was not extended. That is ending at its normal time. The Power of Attorney, which is the main milestone, that did get extended. Now, for me, what this did was, well, we got more time to do those web milestones, which will give me 2,000 more briefcase points, which for me won't really do anything. It'll get me up to 60,000, but that's not gonna get the next milestone. For you though, I hope it gets you to the next milestone and gets some great points, especially if you're missing some of these gamma fragments for this big Hulk Hunter event, the main monthly event going on right now. Let's go check out the monthly milestone, or the web milestones going on right now. These also got extended. This was only supposed to last for 23 more days, but now it is fair, guys. So like I said, it's gonna allow me to get more briefcases. It's gonna allow me to get these Spider-Woman shards, but in the grand scheme of things, doesn't do anything too big for me. But I know that there's some players that this is huge for, allowing them to complete these milestones, get further and further on these Hulk milestones. So this is a good thing, but let's be honest here. This is the length that the event should have ran in the first place, though. So I'm glad they got the correct length. I'm glad, we did have to complain a lot about it. A lot of conversations in the Envoy chat about how screwed up and unfair this event was. But at the end of the day, they got it right. Will they get everything right, especially in that update preview? We will see as it comes to that. But it is time for your questions, ladies and gentlemen. It is question time for the mailbag. So let's go there to Discord right now. First question of the week. Hey Valley, I need your advice on something. So my alliance recently started doing Doom 1 for the first time and failed miserably. Oh, ouch. Our alliance has a lot of players that are working through DD3 and DD4, yet nobody except our biggest guns could get through the first section. I myself was on bio because my 500k Web Warriors is my strongest team. We don't have an assigned raid lanes. Is that the issue or something else? So there's a few strategies that you could use in raids, especially if you're going for 30%. I'm gonna go over a couple of them and read the follow-up comment down here because someone did have an answer. One of them is a scenarios to help you get to that 30%. But yeah, planning I think would help you guys get to there, especially if you guys are struggling. Once you guys are doing these raids over and over and kind of have a feel for it, you know, I'm sure most players, they could figure out where to get to for 60% and not missing any lanes for that 100%. But at least for the first time, you probably want to assign these lanes. So that could be part of the issue. And in case you're wondering, one of the people that were struggling, I'm one of the people. I was one of the people that are struggling because my Web Warriors died on the boss node. Any tips? Probably going to want to build them up a little bigger. You're still going to use that team unless we have some new teams come for the bio solution between now and when you enter Doom 3 or whatever that is. So as of right now, though, the Web Warriors are the best bio team. Any tips that could help us do better? Let me go down here and read Lost Boy's tip here. What you're going to need to do is only go in the middle 2 lanes of Doom 1. Do that in all 3 teams and have 4 in each lane. You'll be able to hit 30%. So that is one of the strategies here. Let's go look at the lanes on msf.gg. So this is Doom 1 right here. And while this advice is for Doom 1, this will apply to many different raids. So if you're not in Doom 1 and trying to go up to Doom 2, or Doom 3, this is going to apply to you. So choose a section that you want. Now in Doom 1, we have 3 different lanes. This lane here, this lane here, this lane here. Now there's a few ways that you can get up to that 30%. If you choose all the left lane or all the middle lane and complete it all the way down, that will be 30%. All 3 strike teams will need to do that though. Other thing you could do is choose 2 lanes, and this is what we did back in the day before we were powered. Choosing 2 lanes. Some of your stronger players with stronger mutants, stronger bio is going to be in this section here. Some of your players that have stronger tech, stronger mystic go in this section here. Or you could go in this lane right here, and for me, this might be the better lane because we have the Web Warriors that can handle the bio. If you have your Secret Avengers built up, and then you got your Bionic Avengers going all the way to Mystic right here. So as far as the teams needed, this may be the easier lane, but it's going to be dependent on your lines. So a lot of times what are the alliances I've been in the past have done, I know this is a lot of work for alliance leaders in the beginning, but you could submit your roster. There's spreadsheets that you could do, and you could see who on the alliance in that strike team has the best mystic. They're going to handle this mystic or tech or bio or skill or whatever. And yeah, you could you know, pick and choose who's doing each lane. Now, if you don't want to go through all that trouble, the other thing that you could do, brother, is just constantly communicating. All right, if we did one more node here, then we could get to that 30%. Hey, I don't have a lot of good skill characters, but I have a lot of tech characters. Can you or a few other people in Alliance help me get through this skill? Then we'll team up, and then I'll get the tech section because that's what I've built. So I think you do need communication. I think you do need a plan, but I think you guys can get through Doom 1 if you have a better plan. And then this also goes for alliances that are going to up to Ultimate 7 or going to Doom 2 or Doom 3. See where you need to get to that threshold. I think for the 30% is right about here. If you're doing 2 lanes, you're gonna need to get further. Or you guys, like I said, could go all in one lane. All 3 strikes teams will need to do this, but clearing an entire lane, that'll give you that 30% for Doom 1. Doom 2 is a little different. You could do little different things because there's 2 main lanes instead of 3. Same thing in Doom 3. I hope that helps. I know it's some general tips. I'm not sure if you were looking for general tips or some specific tips, but those are things that we've done. Combine lanes, but definitely have a plan that will help you. All right, hey Valley, I have a question about Maria Hill's passive ability. It states that self or ability or allied blocks and rages should heal for 25% of her max health, and that is how it should work. This doesn't seem to be occurring every time though. Does this ability work different for attacks that hit multiple times or for ISO attacks? I'm losing raid nodes because she isn't healing when I think she should be. All right, so block's a little different. I know Captain Sam is gonna block a lot, and anybody that puts deflect on them will increase their block chance as well. Let's go take a look at her ability, see how it reads. And personally, I don't remember any kind of bugs or it not working correctly, but this is not something I'm always paying attention to as well. All right, so it does exactly say what you're saying. On self or ally block, 50% chance to heal the most injured ally for 25% of this character's max health. In raids, though, this is always going to occur. So I hope you're talking about raids, because if it's outside of raids, it may work, it may not. You got a 50% chance of it failing and doing nothing, but 25% of this character's max health. Now, as far as some abilities, some could not get blocked. You know, some would go through deflects. Some abilities would be unavoidable and things like that. So that may be affecting what is happening and them not blocking that. So hopefully that's it. The best thing I would do, though, if you're not sure, again, the devs actually need some type of scenario that they could recreate these bugs. So if you have video evidence that would help them. If you don't, but have specific, you know, nodes and things like that you could give to the devs so that they could recreate this bug and try to fix it, that would be the best. Personally, I may have had that bug, but I have not noticed it if it's going on. If anybody has any more information on this, things about multiple attacks or ISO attacks or anything like that, I believe anytime it's deflected, it should be giving that health, though. But it may be one per attack or one character per attack or something like that. There may be some weird things that's going on in the background of that, but as far as how it reads in game right now, you're correct. It should be happening every single time. All right, ValleyFlyin. I hope everything is going well with you and yours. Not really a question, more of a suggestion for the devs. Oh, I love suggestions for the devs. We basically have to do the same thing over and over in the game. Unfarmable characters, hard to get gear unless you pay, and the game's starting to become unfun. Suggestion: make a new game mode. Make it similar. I like this suggestion. Make new game modes. Let's see what the actual game mode talking about. Make it similar to RPGs, role-playing games. Well, this sort of is a role-player game. It's more of a hero collector RPG, but it's kind of it's in that RPG genre, the first-person or the turn-based RPGs. Imagine if there was a game mode similar to Final Fantasy or Link or something else. Easy ways to get gold, build up characters, and make it fun again. Yeah, I mean, anything that would infuse more fun in this game and less grind just for the sake of grinding is a good thing in my opinion. I'm not sure what the actual suggestion as far as a role-playing game, you know, like a story type mode, like an RPG where you could just grind, or, you know, having random enemies, you walking about a map. I mean, I think that would change the whole game structure. I don't know if they could do something like that, but I'm sure there's many more game modes that they could add in that would be fun. I had fun in Tower. I know, you know, as they release a game mode, some players are going to like it, some players aren't, but, you know, new is better. And the more new content they release, the more chance of something actually quality and something sticking will happen. So yeah, I love the suggestion. Not sure of the actual game modes, but yeah, new game modes is the important thing. All right, Mad Spider says, I'm entering DD5 bringing Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, Shang-Chi, Ghost Spider, and Scarlet Spider to City, bringing Captain Sam, Lady Deathstrike, Sabretooth, and Zemo into Global, and in Cosmic, I'm doing Eternals, Kestrel, Doctor Strange, Heartless, Thanos, and Legendary. I'm doing Iron Man, Jubilee, Omega Red, Morgan, and Rogue. I've already done MILF, Ghost Spider, Doom, Scarlet Spider, Kestrel, Omega Red, and one of those that change any of my other choices. So I'll go and tell you who I would recommend at this point. So let's start with City here. Let's go into the game, take a look at my in-game roster. I do like your choices. Let me see if there's anybody else I would recommend. So your first few characters were all important characters. Now the thing you got to look at is trying to use the least amount of gear possible, or maybe you just want the most efficient Dark Dimension run possible. So if you're going for something to get through Dark Dimension quick, get you to Dormammu quick, you want to choose some good characters, and you've chosen some good ones in City. Shang-Chi is very good. Squirrel Girl is also very good. Shang-Chi is just a good character all around, and Squirrel Girl is going to give you double value in those rogue events, those Scourge events. Now, as you start to get more and more stars on Rogue, Squirrel Girl decreases in value. I like your choice of the Web Warriors. You got Ghost Spider, Scarlet Spider, and normal Spider-Man. All of those are going to give you value in the raids. Web Warriors are the current bio raid team. Cloak and Dagger, I probably wouldn't do them at this point. They're losing value in the raids, and you know, they're good war characters, they're good Crucible characters, but I think you made the right choice there. You know, you have Shang-Chi, you have Squirrel Girl, and then you have those Web Warriors there as well. Other characters you might want to consider is one of the characters right at the top there, She-Hulk. Now, this is a character, if you plan on unlocking Apocalypse very soon, you're going to need to build up right away. Now, I don't think she's going to give you a lot of value in Dark Dimension. It might make your Dark Dimension run a little tougher, but if you're just looking for the least amount of resources, you may want to replace one of these characters with She-Hulk, so just because you're going to have to build her up for Apocalypse anyway. Let's move on to Global. Those would be my recommendations. I like your choices there. Probably wouldn't change anything unless you want to be super, super hyper efficient with the characters that you're building up and get as much overlap as possible. All right, so for your city, you have Captain Sam. I like that choice. Doom, I like that choice. Although Doom is losing value in the raids, you may be able to using him in the raids for a little while, but as you build up these other characters, like the tech team, the Bionic Avengers, he's losing value in the tech section, and as you build up more mystic characters, as you finish and unlock Dormammu, you have these Eternals. You're gonna go through this global section pretty good. So as far as who I would bring in, well, there's another Horseman character right there in Hulk, so that's not a bad choice. We got another Horseman character in Gambit. So again, if we're just looking for characters that are gonna overlap and not extend our resources too much, those are two characters that you might run out of place. As far as Lady Deathstrike and Sabretooth, they've lost a little bit of value as well. They're still great in war, they're still good in Cosmic Crucible, but Lady Deathstrike, I used to use her in the tech section of the raids. Now that we have the Bionic Avengers, I don't use her at all, so that loses some value. Sabretooth, though, is an interesting choice because while he's not the best character, in order for your Weapon X to work properly against Heroes for Hire, and you may not even need that anymore with all the extra counters that we're having for Heroes for Hire, but you want your Sabretooth to have more health than your Omega Red so Misty Knight doesn't block him. It's also a very cheap character, and honestly, Sabretooth did better than expected in Dark Dimension 5. I brought him also into Dark Dimension 4 because he was so cheap and didn't do anything. His bleeds, his extra damage, all his rework helped in Dark Dimension 5. So not the worst character there. You also have Maria Hill, who I thought was a very, very big addition to the team, more than Zemo would be. As far as where you're using Zemo, I don't know where you're using Zemo right now. I think he's a good jack of all trades character, but doesn't really have a solid team. If you don't need that opening ability block, then you may not want to bring Zemo into that fight. All right, so in addition, Maria Hill, I like her. I brought Sharon Carter in for my first run in Dark Dimension 5, and a little disappointed. She has that ability block, she has that stun, but I had a lot more value with Maria Hill. Now, you got to be careful bringing Doom and Maria Hill because they have a lot of bots. You don't want them to overlap, but we have some other characters here, like Wong, that has the Horseman tag. He's one of the Horsemen for Morgan Le Fay. So those are characters that I would look at. You also have Agatha there. Wong, Agatha, they're not going to be that great in this global section there. We have more Horseman characters in Abomination, Brawn. We have these other mutant characters, Sunfire, Dazzler, that you could bring in, but Hulk and Gambit, I think, are the two best characters if you're bringing in Horseman characters. If you're not bringing in, you still have those Secret Avengers. I don't know if we're going to get a raid skill team, so I think you could be safe, at least for the next few updates there. But let's move on to the Cosmic section, and I do like your choices there. Even though they're not Scourge or Horseman characters, I really think that the Kestrel and the Eternals are going to give you a lot of value there. So as far as Cosmic here, we got these Hero Asgardians, which are a Scourge team. They're going to be used for that unlocking Red Hulk, but I'm not sure if I would bring that character there. Silver Surfer is okay, but lost a lot of value. Heartless Doctor Strange, I like your choice there. And your last choice is Thanos. So I'm not sure if I would bring Thanos nowadays. He was one of the better characters back in the past, but you might be better served using some overlap characters. Now, if you're using Thanos on a daily basis, fine, bring him in. But if you're not using Thanos on a daily basis in some game mode, then you might want to find a character that's going to give you a little more value. Now, Stitcher is very cheap. Star-Lord T'Challa is very cheap. They do have that Ravager tag, so they can be used in the war event for Red Hulk, but I don't think they're going to give you too much value in that event or in this game mode. So I don't think you could go wrong with a lot of choices, especially if you're doing Scourge and Horseman teams. But I like your initial choices. Eternals, Kestrel, Heartless Doctor Strange. Your 5th is kind of up for debate. And let's go to the legendary section. I do like your choices there. I don't think there's going to be a lot of waste there. Like with mine, I brought up Black Bolt, and that was a disappointment because I don't really use him too much outside of Dark Dimension, and he wasn't very good in Dark Dimension. All right, so you have Iron Man. That's a good choice. He's a Scourge unlock team, and you could use him for Red Hulk, and you could use him for Death, and he's going to be a daily raid character. So Iron Man's a very good choice. He's a little more expensive than some of their characters, though. You got Jubilee there. That is a good choice because she is a mutant. She is on the best mutant raid team, and they're the best by default. It's not like there's a lot of other options that you have, but Jubilee's a good choice. Morgan Le Fay and Rogue are awesome choices. Bringing in Scourge characters are going to help you. And Omega Red is the best non-Scourge legendary. So I don't know if you remember my experiences when I was talking about them, but Omega Red and Morgan Le Fay, they did a lot of work. I had several nodes. The rest of the team died. Jubilee died. The rest of the characters died. And Morgan Le Fay and Omega Red kind of helped me walk through some of those nodes there. So you bring in Morgan Le Fay, Omega Red, and Rogue. I don't think you go wrong. Iron Man is an awesome choice. Jubilee, I think you're going to need her later on. But if you have someone ready that you can take in right now that you're not going to be regretting using the resources on, you could go another route. But Jubilee is the best choice. I like your legendary choices, my brother. So that is what I would do now if I was re-entering Dark Dimension 5. Mix of some good characters, a mix of some characters that I'm going to need later on, so it's not wasting too many resources. I have a question about the patch after the upcoming one. Do you think they will do the Death Horseman right away or split the team like they did with patch 6.3, 6.4? That will do the team and then do Death Horseman like a War Horseman with the team. So this patch we're getting War. We're getting Mr. Negative. We're getting that Tangled Web team, which looks like a trap, by the way. Next patch, I fully expect that Death team to come to Marvel Strike Force. Probably gonna get a few other characters before that, but yeah, we should get the remaining 4 Death characters before the patch that Death actually drops in, though. I believe they had released a Darkhold team one patch before they released Morgan Le Fay. I believe they released the Unlimited X-Men one patch before they released Rogue, and yeah, they did it again. They have the Gamma team in the game right now, but Red Hulk is not in the game, so next patch he's coming to the game. So that is, I expect him to keep that pattern, my brother. Hey, Valley, is there an easy way to target teal uniques? I need Chi and Molecular Cloth. They're not showing up in the CSD store. I'm bummed out about this because I really want to take my White Tiger and Punisher to Gear 16. Each one is only missing the unique. All right, so no, there's no easy way. You got to get lucky. Even if you're refreshing a lot, it still relies on luck. So unfortunately, there's no real way to get the teal uniques you want. The best place to get it is in the Cosmic Crucible store. The War store has some. The Supply store has some, but yes, there's a lot of RNG based, unless you're someone that spends a lot of money and just purchases whatever you want. I'm bummed about this. I want to take my White Tiger and Punisher to Gear 16. Not sure if I would do that right now. If it was me, I know I don't use those characters very much at the end game. You may be using them right now, and it's going to be a huge improvement to what you're currently doing in game. But just know that as you get to the end game, right now they're probably not super useful. Unless you're ready at the end game, you have all the top characters built up, and these are just characters that you enjoy, and you want to build them up for other things. Also, there's that enjoyment factor there as well. So if you really enjoy these characters, who cares what the meta is? If it gives you fun to build up these characters and you're having fun playing with these characters, then there's no wrong answer there. And I think the right answer as far as how to farm the teal gear, there sure is. It's called the credit card. You know where to farm yet, my friends? Soon as, yeah, I mean, there's luck that you have to get in order to farm that stuff. 15 bucks for 3 pieces of teal. Woo, is that the cost of it? That is insane. All right, I would not recommend buying that teal gear. Just be patient, wait the stuff, unless you're someone that needs to do stuff now. All right, I have another question for you on DD5. How long did you take on your first run, and how long did it take you on your timed run of Dark Dimension 5? So my first run, I believe it took me a few months. I was doing a lot of it on stream. And remember, for my first run, like a lot of people's first runs, I did not have all the characters ready. So I would go through a section and be waiting for a little while to get those characters. So this is where I actually ended up. We could actually take up my real rank here. 3,532 is where I ended up. I believe it was a couple months. I don't remember exactly, but as for my time run, we could get you an exact number. My timed run, where are we? We are somewhere about 14 days. Here we are. 14 days, 16 hours for my time run. I still am not completed my third run, so that third run is probably going to take even longer than my second run. But yeah, when I was really pushing for it, 14 days is what it took me, and I may have used some cores there, so I don't know if that's an accurate number for people that aren't spending cores to get through some of these nodes. You know, every time you refresh your team, you're getting an extra day. You're doing it a day earlier, so that is what I did. Hopefully you do way better than me because we have better teams now. All right, hey, Valley brother. A mix of a rant and a question. I'm a 25 million TCB player, similar roster than yours, who isn't afraid to open wide wallet to bypass the paywall where necessary. For the past couple of months, I find I have excess gear 15, gear 16 materials, but lack the catalyst and gear 14 unique materials to get tunes to the needed gear 14. Similarly, and before we move on to this point, I'm in the same boat as you. One of the pieces that I need the most right now is those health catalysts, those green pieces, those orange-green catalyst pieces. That is what I need more than any other resource in the game right now. Catalyst, actually training mats. Let's bring training mats into there, but orange catalyst and training mats is what I need the most. So I'm in the same boat as you. Most of my characters, you know, I wanted them at 15, 16. I don't have anybody at 17 yet, but yeah, 14, those orange stuff is just a big bottleneck. Similarly, I have 1,000 plus silver promo credits and 500 plus gold promo credits because I lack the yellow stars needed to back the red star upgrades on the end game tunes. Why is Scopely purposely making high level upgrades accessible instead of making the bottleneck at gear 15 and getting tunes to 5 yellow stars? I don't know. I'm assuming they have some plan about how they're making money and how this is the best strategy to get the most money out of players, but I don't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. I would think that, you know, backlogging the high level stuff is a little more priority than backlogging like mid-game stuff, but I don't know. They're making these choices. I don't know if they actually pay attention to a lot of things or actually play this game. So maybe they haven't noticed. I mean, the envoys have said many things to them saying, why is this going on? Why is it easier to get to gear 16 than it is to get to gear, or from 15 to 16 than it is to get there from 13 to 14? Makes no sense in my opinion, unless they have some weird money plan that they're doing because of this. So not sure. It doesn't make sense to me either. So it's crazy. Why is Scopely making upgrades less accessible? The bottlenecks, yes. It's crazy issue to have on my level. I'm sure I would love these promo credits on Agatha, Gambit, Dazzler, or even Icarus. If I had the yellow stars to back it, I similarly could easily gear 16 the Gamma team to get past the grind of the basic orange materials. Yeah, I feel the same way, my brother. The characters that I want to upgrade in the supply store, I don't have the yellow stars on. Anybody that I do have the yellow stars on, I've already upgraded, or they're just trash character that's not worth upgrading. The characters like Agatha, Gambit that are worth upgrading, there's no farmability for them, so it really is pointless to upgrade them. I get it. I'm in the same boat as you. Why is Scopely doing that? The obvious answer is greed. They're greedy. They think that this strategy of frustrating players is going to make them more money, and you know, they've been doing this strategy for a while, so apparently they are making a lot of money because, you know, most of the community on YouTube, on Reddit and stuff doesn't fall for this stuff, but probably people are, which is why they keep having these offers come back. Long-time YouTube viewer but new Discord member, thank you, my brother. Thank you for your support. Thanks for all you do. No, thanks for all you do, community, and all the players. The player base, I really appreciate your passion for the game. Thank you, brother, for that question. Couldn't think of the word there. All right. Hey, Valley, greetings from Singapore. Greetings back from the TX, my brother. Have you read the comments from the Sean Dugan article? What are your thoughts on it? I did read the comments, but we're gonna go over them again. Can't believe he is there boasting about making the Web Warriors farmable when it only took them 8 months to do it. Yet many characters like Eternals, who were on release a full year ago, is not farmable, yet he does not see it as an issue. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about that for the first part of this issue. And this is from the Game Informer article from Brian Shea from September 1st, so last week, or 2 weeks ago actually. This was the reveal of Spider Weaver. Now, you may have been reading all about Spider Weaver and missed the comments down below about an increasingly tangled web. And these are the comments that you're referring to here. And this is from Sean Dugan, the game, I can't remember what his title is. The creative director, there it is, creative director Sean Dugan. It's really important for us to make sure that there's a time where characters are a little bit more exclusive, a little harder to get a hold of, but then gradually become more broadly available. Yeah, so gradually becoming more available. Some of the characters that does not apply, like Icarus that you mentioned. I don't know why they have such a I mean, I do know why. It's greed. They want to sell more Icarus, but I don't know. I think you got to do some sacrifices from profit in the name of fun so that you increase more profits down the road. But that is my thoughts, guys. Then there's a mix where we always want to make sure some characters who are really interesting and compelling are available with everybody immediately. So it's a balancing act with some of these things. There's been a lot more attention lately to making sure that some of the really useful characters are readily available through different sources. We've updated Raid and Arena Store for some Web Warriors characters like Ghost Spider and Scarlet Spider. Some of these characters popping up that you can farm a little more effectively. Yeah, like Ghost Spider. It's like every event, Ghost Spider. Every new farmable location, Ghost Spider. And we're gonna remove Ghost Spider from the raid milestones because you're getting these so easily. And then we're putting nobody in, and we're giving you the old milestones from 2 years ago. So, yeah. All right. We've updated a raid store for characters like that. And we absolutely listen to things that players are asking for when they say, hey, when are we going to make this character available? We listen to that and figure out what makes sense and how we get that to our players. So we listen to it, but we don't actually do anything unless it makes sense, which translates to me as unless there's a lot of money involved, they're not going to make any of these characters farmable. All right, next point here. Also, I cannot believe why that month-long events are, well, like, does he not know about all the negative feedback by the community on them? The comments from him is so tone-deaf, makes me want to quit the game. Let's go look at this, because I actually enjoy the month-long, goal to shoot for these month-long events. There's some events in those month-long events, like the Hulkbuster, like the Gambit raids, that have been absolute trash and make the month-long events not that fun. But for me personally, I enjoy the month-long events. It's just that some of these events within the month-long event is pretty trash. And this Abomination one, removing the dark promo credits, bringing all of the character shards to orbs and not guaranteed shards is pretty trashy. It's pretty trashy. But let's see what Sean says. I don't want to say what would be like a year from now or anything like that, but we like these opportunities where events that we have during the course of a month can fit together as if a player, you feel like there's always something fun for me to be doing, something for me to be chasing, each individual piece that fits in a higher goal that's appealing. I do find that a part appealing, but these events within these monthly events, I think, need to be a little easier to complete and not have to fight with Scopely to make it fair like with these She-Hulk milestones. Dugan says that he likes that. I hope the fans do too. I think some of the fans do, but I think a majority of fans, like TK says, is not liking these events, not liking these month-long grinds. So we're looking forward to each month after month. We're looking for new ways to iterate and adjust and find the right balance, because what we're trying to do is strike the balance where that I can engage, I can have some fun, I can get some good prizes, I can make some good progress, and I feel good about playing the game every day with that, with something to focus on. So, the other thing with these events as well, if it was something a little more fun and not mindless, just to grind like Blitz, I think it would be a little more fun. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like these monthly events? Is it just me that likes these monthly events? Or are you like me that, the monthly events are fine, but these events within it need to be friendly and not just abundance of trash, like with Hulkbuster, like with Gambit, like each of these events have had in the past. All right, but let's move forward to the next few questions here. Hey, Valley, long time viewer, quick question. Any one of the raid season milestones that have been nerfed? Are they gonna screw over the community over some teal gear? Wouldn't put it past them to say nothing and hope the community forgets about it. Amongst the many problems, particularly when the new ones expected to be with every update. Keep smashing. Thank you, my brother. Now, we don't have an update in the raid rewards, but we do know that the war rewards are getting updated. We do know that the raid rewards that are in the game right now are very old raid rewards from 2+ years ago that didn't add the teal gear and some of the other things that we're getting from these new raid milestones. So I believe it's an error. I believe that they're going to revert them, and I hope when they revert them, they give us a bunch of stuff from the raid season milestones that we're missing because, you know, they're not in their milestones right now. But I think it's gonna be reverted. That's my opinion. They haven't said anything either way in a public or a private setting on that, but it is trash. And I think it's an error, like the many errors at Skullplay, but hopefully it will be fixed. All right, stay patient for Red Hulk to be my 5th Dark Dimension legendary, or take Jubilee in right now. At first legendary node, have Iron Man, Omega Red, MILF, and Rogue up. Jubilee is the only legendary that I use that it would be bringing up. So if you have the gear, I would start gearing her. Building her up right now into gear 16 is not going to cost you a lot. Plus, when you unlock Dormammu, that's going to be a big win. And when you finish Dark Dimension time for the first and second time, you're going to have those all that gear that you get in those first time and second time rewards. So if it were me, you know, and I can't tell you exactly what to do because I don't know all the context of your play style and your roster and all that. But if it were me, I would bring up Jubilee right now. I think Dormammu is that valuable. You're eventually gonna need Red Hulk, but you're gonna need Jubilee probably before you're gonna need Red Hulk. So I wouldn't take any hesitation about bringing her up. She is a legendary character, and she, like we mentioned in my Dark Dimension picks before, is a character that you're gonna use every single day in the mutant section of the Doom raids. But that is it, guys. Those are your questions. Those are the things that's going on right now. The She-Hulk milestones have been updated, so while they're not too much better, they are fair right now, and I hope a lot of players are happy that now this is a fair solution. But we'll see what happens. Tomorrow we should get an update. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. Hopefully the game is not filled with brand new bugs. Hopefully they fix a lot of the old bugs. But I'm crossing my fingers, guys. History is not on our side, but I'm still hoping for all these things. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. Like I said in the beginning, we have at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel. So hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already so you get notified as soon as a new video goes up. Share it with your friends and alliance mates. Check out some other videos on the channel, guys, especially that one there. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin, out.